Hey, I'm doing a little quick update video, and just kind of what's been going on, especially with like the game and how I'm kind of feeling and whatnot. So to top off, this first off is like this year's been kind of like weird for me at least in terms of like stuff going on. In terms of the runs, I mean we got 218, we got high 218, 218, 4x, and 2x. I was gonna try to get 217 by the end of this year, but I kind of just felt like very unmotivated, like for like the rest of the year, like after like my 218.26, just because like I don't know, I just kind of felt like this year's just been kind of just awful. A lot of shit going on in the internet, and you guys understand what I mean by that. But yeah, I kind of feel like I just didn't have any motivation to kind of just push the game. However, there has been some developments in the game, especially with like Switch 2 like already being within like a couple months in its life cycle. And a lot of new strategies are having like been found and like since then, like since that like last record. And I do think the future for this game I'm talking about, nobody realizes, but I run on digital, and this is the first time I ever had a physical copy of this game. So I literally own the fastest game in my possession, even though I don't even use it at the current moment. That's also another thing I want to also mention is that I don't think I'm going to be able to use this until like I either get a Switch 2 for testing purposes and probably within like the next maybe sort of like 5 years, once I kind of basically ran the game for over 10 years, let's say, hoping I actually live to there. But I'm planning on down patching from a very far future from now on. But there's a lot of stuff to look forward to, especially with 217, 216. Uh, Relatively speaking, for Switch 1 current patch, but as for like runs of like Legacy with like Switch 2 loads, I mean we're seeing basically around like a 213, maybe like a mid 213 at best at the current moment. However, I am planning on something that's going to basically elevate my ability to push forward with this game and during this month, actually, is going to be something. I'm going to be trying something a little different. I'm going to be trying a different game for the first time. I'm not saying as in like casually. I'm actually going to be doing it casually, but also spearing it as well for the first time. And it's not going to be like those one kind of things where I just kind of do it for a bit and just that's it, you know, for a few days and then I just go back to playing this again. Now, I'm actually going to be taking that game seriously. And this might be a little bit of a shocker to many because I mean, I have technically ran like non-LM games before, but they were only just a little bit temporary and I didn't really give a shit about them at all. But this is gonna be the first time where I'm actually trying something new and actually using my knowledge and skills on this game. And in regards to LM3 for like basically the rest of this year, I'm most definitely gonna be taking a break from it when I'm gonna be starting that new thing very soon, in like probably in a couple of days. You guys will see why in my next upload, hopefully. But yeah, I think we're gonna probably be doing it for like a month or so with this thing, and we'll probably come back to this at some point, hopefully. And the only reason why I'm kind of doing this is for two reasons. Is to kind of give a break of the game, of this game, but also kind of also kind of try to like actually take the game more seriously, like actually really spending the time and effort into doing this. Because for the past like basically few years now with LM3, I don't think I've been putting enough hours or any much like effort into having like a schedule for like actually getting on do runs. Because this is basically what all all I do basically. The most part is like just do LM3 runs, just grind them out. But I don't think I'm like really like at the point where I should be doing, because getting these times now are starting to get a lot more harder than they were a couple years ago, you know? Like getting 219 was very impressive for its time at the time when I got it. However, it was a pretty shitty run considering I had a lot of time save, especially with a new trick on hand. And ever since then, there's been kind of like a lot more things added on to the run that I think the run can be a lot more better and a lot more polished if I actually spend much more time practicing and actually. It's been kind of that way for like a long time, but I do think I need to start planning ahead of time of like really like thinking of like what I'm gonna have to do to basically get like a crazy insane time. Because I don't really know in the future what I'm gonna be doing like after I get 216. Like am I just gonna go for 215? Like I don't know if I don't know if 215 will be doable, but maybe it will if I actually really push myself really hard on it. But yeah, it's the future is very unknowingly until like you really try hard on something that you already have been committed to. And you guys already know it, and I know it. I'm not gonna be going away from this run ever. I'm not gonna be leaving it anytime soon. So I am I am very much gonna be here for basically as long as I possibly can. And I'm gonna try my best to get better at the game, and hopefully we get a very ridiculous time, whether if it's on Switch 1 or Switch 2. Short TLDR is that things are going to be changing basically this month. Something new is coming. I think it's going to be very exciting, and you guys might be wondering what it is, but some of you have already have a good idea what it is. Um, to give a hint of what this is going to be, what this game is going to be this is basically a very anticipated game that's coming out this month, and I think that's all I have to really say. You guys will understand why, and this might be an exciting thing to see. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.